Hi, everyone.
Hello.
We are here to talk to you about our Thanksgiving break packet. This is going to be coming home at the end of this week for your child to do during Thanksgiving break. This is what it looks like. We'll just go through each thing. On the front, like our fall break packet, there is a little table of contents. Kind of tells you how many times during that week to do it, and we do need the parents to sign off so that we know that it actually happened. Make sure your child's name is at the top, otherwise we don't know who it belongs to.
Okay, the first thing is read a book a day. So we were going to show you kind of how we've read to our kids when they are just starting to learn to read. So let's say that you're reading this book, 10 Turkeys in the Road. So if you were going to have your child help you read this, you would probably say, hey, what number is this?
10.
Yeah, and then if she was my child, I would say, okay, this is turkeys. What's the word?
Turkey.
Right. Now, you should know this word. What's that word?
In.
And this one?
The.
Hey, this is ode. What word is it?
Road.
Okay. So I told her, I knew that she knew in and I knew that she knew the, so I made it so that she read those words. Okay, so we're just going to go through one more page. And here's the page so that you kind of know what we're reading. So then I would say, oh, read that word. I think you can read that one.
10.
Excellent. Turkeys. What's that word?
Turkeys.
Okay, I'm going to cover up the ED. You see this word? So I'm just going to cover up the ED and let her read the word without the ED.
Block.
Good.
Block.
Block. And then I'm going to add ED so it's blocked. How about this word?
The.
Road. One.
Ought. Hot. And.
Hazy day. Pickup screeched. Farmer beeped. What's that word?
Beeped.
Good job. One. Turkey. What's the word?
Turkey.
Flew away. So do you see how I stopped in different words? Some of them I kind of split up and had her put together. Others I just read. And then there were some that I'm like, oh, they know, she should know how to read this word. So you just keep going through the book and of course have fun with it. You know, you could say, oh, how many turkeys do you see that are up in the air? How many are down on the ground? How many turkeys does that make all together? What's this turkey doing? You know, have fun with it, play around with it. And that's how you read the books. You want to talk about the nonsense game real quick?
Yes, so we have this fun little game for your kids to do. And this is, you're trying to keep this turkey away from the chef because it's Thanksgiving. So your child is going to start where it says start and blend all the nonsense words. So jal, mog, best. Remember that middle vowel should be the short vowel. So the short vowel is the I, not their name, but their short vowel sound. Blending all the words until they get to the finish. I think you could time this if you want. If they're really good at reading these, time it and see if you can challenge them that way. If they struggle with it more, I would just let them read them and you know, even take breaks if you have to and put a little mark where they took a break and then pick it up at the next spot. The most important thing is that they are learning how to read these as whole words.
If they're good enough that you want to time them, then you put here what the time they get. If you feel like they're kind of struggling, then just kind of check it off there and say, you know, we worked on 15 words today.
Yeah.
You know.
That's most important. Okay.
Okay. The next thing on the list, so we've talked about reading books, we've talked about nonsense word games. The next one is timed reading. We've done this last time we did one of these. This is a little bit harder than it was last time. So what you do with this is you time them for 1 minute and see how far that they can get in 1 minute. Now let's say your 1 minute is over and they get to about here. Then just you can read them the rest of the story, or you can just have them read the rest of the story to you at their own pace. Then the next day, you time it again, see if they can get a little bit further. If they're struggling with a word, like let's say they're struggling with winter, count to 3 in your head. If they still can't get it, just tell them the word. But when you count how many words they got, don't count the words that you helped them with. So if they got to a certain spot and you counted 18 words, but they missed 2, then you would put 16 in here, and then the date. I'm going to talk about the snowflake game.
Snowflake matching game. In the packet, you're going to get sheets that look like this. They're in paper form. You're going to need to cut those out, or have your child cut them out. Have them practice cutting into little cards, so that you're going to have some little cards that look like this. They have 10 frames on them with snowflakes inside, and some little strips that have addition sentences on them. So this is a matching game, and if your child is struggling more with this skill, have them match them face up. If this is super easy for them, have them match them, do it like a typical matching game where you're going to turn them face down and they have to turn one from each pile over at a time. So you'll just separate them out, and like this one is one of the 10 frames is all filled up, so that's 10 plus 3 more. So I would want to find the one that is 10 plus 3 equals 13, and those would be a match.
So you want to have one face down with all the 10 frames in one area, and then one area that's face down with all the number strip equations. Is that right?
Yeah, and it's fun if you play this with your child. So take turns. You try matching some, and then let them try matching some too. Then it makes it more fun and more like a game rather than just something that they have to do for school.
Yeah, and you can also match it wrong. See if they're advanced enough, see if they can catch you that you matched it wrong. So, and that's always fun.
Yeah, it is.
All right. The next thing and the last thing is number recognition. So with this one, you're going to do kind of the same thing where cutting it up. So you're just going to cut these out into cards, and let's say you're just going to hold one up at a time. So let's say you're holding this card up after you've cut it out, and your student looks at it, and hopefully they'll be able to think 3 and 3 is 6 and just say 6. So the goal of this is, if they can, look at it, say the number without counting one at a time. If they can't, then have them count. Okay, but also have them write the number. Isn't that how we're doing it?
So have them write it down.
On a whiteboard, right? Or?
Yeah, on a whiteboard or on a piece of paper. Just so we know that they not only recognize how many is in that, but that they're also connecting that to what the number looks like.
So this is also, you can find these on YouTube. It's called subatizing or subatizing, where they can just look at the dots and then just say the number. It's really good for their brain growth and for their number concept. So, yeah.
I think that's it. That's in this packet. It gives your child plenty of things to work on, some fun things to do that will help them keep in their school mindset while they're on Thanksgiving break.
And they can have a prize when they come back if they are done with it. Thank you.
Thanks.